Shalom, Kal Halalim, Wahawadla, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the Great Millstone GMS, who rule and teach Yasha Allah well through the Spirit, leading the flock by example, and are the true teachers for the nation of Yasha Allah on earth today. And salutations to the elect. Yahweh Ratazar, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So, it's got a quick one here, from this website. Got another website as well, and it's regarding the same thing. Okay, now this was put up on the 1st of October 2025 from BBC News. All right, and the headline says participants sought for car sharing experiment. All right, researchers are looking for households willing to cut down on car usage. I'll put the link in the description area underneath in the title, Lord willing. Okay. So drivers are being encouraged to take part in a car sharing initiative to explore alternatives to private vehicle ownership in Leeds. Okay. Researchers at the University of Leeds in England, Britain, want to recruit up to 50 households to take part in the experiment for 3 consecutive weeks. All right, 3 consecutive weeks throughout November. Okay, next month. All right. Participants would either be asked to share a car with at least one other household or to use a car for no more than 3 days a week, with both options involving cutting down on driving. If you've ever wondered what a world where people did not need to own their own cars might look like, we would love to get you involved, said Professor Greg Marsden, who is leading the project. Professor Marsden said the idea of trialing alternatives to private vehicle ownership was born out of research. People have told us they are really worried about the number of cars on the streets around them, but that they also value the flexibility of the car for some journeys, he said. And they might even tie in things like global warming and stuff like that into this. Okay. All right. Here's the other article. Again, from BBC News. Now, this was put up on the 14th of March this year, 2025. Car sharing switches to electric to boost appeal. This person lives in Lithuania's second largest city, but works in the capital, Vilnius. Seems like a nice country to visit. I won't mind doing that. She takes the hour-long train into a company's Vilnius office once a week, where she uses the car-sharing service to drive herself to client meetings throughout the day. Through an app, she could find where the nearest available car is and drive off, paying by the minute, a system she finds convenient and flexible. See where this is heading, okay? Some providers even include parking in the price, and if she takes an electric car, it's even better, as they qualify for free parking around the city. The ability to move around a big city quickly and not worry about parking helps me have a more flexible schedule and better control of my time, says this individual, 30, who works in communications. Yet despite being a regular car sharing user, she still owns a car in Kaunas, which she regularly uses for visiting family in the countryside. And even while working in Vilnius, occasional issues with car sharing can disrupt her day. All right. I remember the former head of the WEF, all right, Cotton Swab. He said, you'll own nothing and be happy. Okay. So, certain things, certain items, possessions you have are personal to you. Only you feel comfortable using it. Like, for instance, you would not share a toothbrush with anybody else. Hygiene reasons, of course. Okay, hairbrush, whatever. Obviously, a car, you need one, for work. All right, to get from A to B. Groceries, whatnot, it's a necessity. So they're trying to make it where, everyone shares personal cars. So start off as, volunteering, things like that. All right, looking for such and such people to, to come on board their thing. But really, they want to make it this for everyone. Okay, they don't want you to own anything, and ultimately, this all feeds into monitoring, tracking, and tracing where you're going. City L downs, limiting where you can go, how you go, right? And things like that. How many times you can go somewhere, frequency, whatever. All right. And it will merge into the digital ID, Can't just take a car, but it'll be required on an app. Okay. Okay, app-based lifestyle is what it is. All right. So this might seem like it's something harmless now. All right, but we know this devil moves in gradualism. Okay. Second Edges chapter 15, straight to the point, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right. And, martial law ties into this too. Okay. They'll start closing off borders. All right. They'll show you that in various TV shows and films. All right. Military checkpoints can't get past. Okay. Yeah, they'll show you these things in the media, hidden in plain sight. So it goes into the agenda. Okay. If you lack the amount of credits, you can't go anywhere. Okay. And they're also, making electric cars a lot more appealing as well. All right. So from AI overview, I put car sharing electric boost. It says car sharing electric boost refers to how the electric vehicle EV sector is enhancing car sharing services by increasing their appeal and efficiency. Electric car sharing boosts the industry by attracting eco-conscious users, lowering user costs by offsetting ownership expenses, improving air quality with zero tailpipe emissions, and increasing EV adoption by familiarizing more people with the technology. Furthermore, innovations like digital charging and vehicle-to-grid technology are adding further benefits and financial advantages for both users and operators. Benefits of electric car sharing. Yeah, they're going to talk about environmental impact. Electric car sharing reduces emissions, with studies showing significant reductions per use compared to petrol cars, and increases demand for new cars, thereby lowering the environmental footprint of manufacturing. Okay, it's got user appeal and cost saving. It attracts environmentally conscious drivers and gives carless households access to vehicles without the cost of private ownership. Technological advancements, digital charging. Enhances the user experience by allowing in-app management of charging, showing real-time availability, and reducing stress around finding and using charging stations. Really, I believe it does more damage to the environment than your petrol cars, diesel. Okay. But yeah, you already have that social credit score in China. Alright, that's a model. Alright, for how things are going to be. You see? So yeah, this is what they're making more appealing. I've seen more people drive Teslas as well. You do not want to go in one of them. I'll say that right now. More electronic cars. Alright. Okay. On the road. Yeah, So it's becoming more and more popular. Okay. Plus they can switch off electric cars as well. So if you come up against the system, they can just turn it off. Whereas with petrol and diesel cars, you can go as far as you like with whatever you have in your tank. Okay. They can't just switch it off like that. So yeah, this all feeds into government control. So be not ignorant of any matter, small or great, man. Okay, because the scriptures are playing out. Okay. We're constantly watching as well as praying. Okay. There's always moves being made. Alright. Let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 11, and it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, yeah? Okay. Going into that word, when you go into the word devices in the Greek, you go into that, evil scheme, meant, stuff like that. I think it's noema, if I remember correctly. Okay. So in every sector, little by little, we're seeing things becoming more digital, more government controlled. Okay. All right. Fact. Let's do this. Go into the blue letter. Do it this way. Yeah.
Strong's G 3540. Naima.
Any other purpose? Mental perception, thought, that which thinks the mind, the thoughts, yeah? Okay. Alright, that's the plans of the wicked elite, man. Alright. All goes back into, government control. The word government means to control the mind. Alright. And that's what they want, man. Okay. Complete control over your life, over what you can do, where you can go, the amount of things you can use. Alright. You've purchased this. Okay, you can't purchase such and such anymore for the rest of the day, or whatever the case may be. Alright. So, yeah, I'm gonna end the lesson there with that. I'm gonna say shalom.